The Ass and the Old Peasant. An old peasant was sitting in a meadow watching his ass, which was grazing close by, when all of a sudden he caught sight of armed men stealthily approaching. He jumped up, and in a moment he begged the ass to fly with him as fast as he could, "Or else," said he, "we shall both be captured by the enemy." But the ass just looked around lazily and said, "And if so, do you think they'll make me carry heavier loads than I have to now?" "No," said his master. "Oh well then," said the ass, "I don't mind if they do take me, for I shan't be any worse off." The Ox and the Frog. Two little frogs were playing about on the edge of a pool when an ox came down to the water to drink, and by accident trod on one of them and crushed the life out of him. When the old frog missed him, she asked his brother where he was. "He's dead, mother," said the little frog. "An enormous big creature with 4 legs came to our pool this morning and trampled him down in the mud. Enormous was he." "Was he as big as this?" said the frog, puffing herself out to look as big as possible. "Oh yes, much bigger," was the answer. The frog puffed herself out still more. "Was he as big as this?" she said. "Ah, yes, mother, much bigger," said the little frog. And yet again she puffed much and puffed herself out until she was almost round as a ball, as big as she began, and then she burst. The Man and the Image. A poor man had a wooden image of God, to which he used to pray daily for riches. He did this for a long time, but remained as poor as ever, till one day he caught up the image in disgust and hurled it with his strength against the wall. The force of the blow split open the head, and a quantity of gold coins fell out upon the floor. The man gathered them up greedily and said, "Oh, you old fraud, you! When I honoured you, you did me no good whatever. But no sooner do I treat you to insult and violence than you make a rich man of me." Hercules and the Wagner. A Wagner was driving his team along the muddy lane with a load full behind them, when the wheels of his wagon sank so deep in the mire that no effort of his horse could move them. As he stood there, looking helplessly on, and calling loudly at intervals upon Hercules for assistance, the god himself appeared and said to him, "Put your shoulder to the wheel, man, and goad your horses, and then you may call on Hercules to assist you. If you won't lift a finger to help yourself, you can't expect Hercules or anyone else to come to your aid. Heaven helps those who help themselves."